my name is Regine. I transferred to UCI on September 2022, and before that, I was studying at community college since January 2021. In community college, I was mainly studying math and physics, and then as I transferred to UCI, I am studying biomedical engineering as my major. In this video, I'm gonna go over some of the main engineering opportunities that are available on your campus or through your community college campus. The first one is your lab classes. The second one is the courses that are actually designed for engineering, such as programming languages like MATLAB, Python, C++, and other programming classes. The other one is the design courses like SolidWorks and other CAD design programmings, and even though data acquisition classes. The third one are the clubs and organizations that are available on your campus. And the last one will be the research and internship opportunities that you can find them through your campus. First engineering opportunity, that is your lab classes, is very important because in these classes you will get to know the basic and main equipments that you're gonna face them in your professional life, and you will learn how to work with them and how to use them so that you can do your projects furthermore. And of course, in these lab classes, after each project, after each lab session, you will need to have a report, and these reports are the same as your project's reports in the future. Physics lab was one of the most important labs that I had that actually introduced me to a lot of engineering equipments that are so basic in my upper division courses, and I'm sure in my future job, and I'm gonna use them every day on a daily basis. These physics labs, especially the section that was related to electronics, taught me how to work with basic equipments of a circuit, and even though how to use a multimeter, that I'm actually get advantage of them right now when I'm in the courses like circuit analysis or other electronic classes. As well, the lab reports that I prepared after each lab session were really useful for me because now I know how a project's report needs to be. What is the structure of a report? First of all, it needs to have a summary of the purpose and the goal of your project. And then you need to introduce your tools and equipment to do that experiment. After that, you need to have an explanation about your theoretical section, such as your calculations. And then you will step by step talk about your lab procedure, and after you talk about your lab procedure, you need to analyze the data that you received from your experiment and find out about the percent error that you have. And at the end, you need to come into a conclusion where your project or your lab successful, were you able to receive the information that you were looking for or not. Programming, design, and data acquisition courses are one of the greatest engineering opportunities that you can access while you are in college. And these courses will give you some actual hands-on experience, and you will get to know what is to be an engineer and how is an engineer's life. And after you participate in these courses, and when you become a little bit master on that course, you can do some projects on your own, like some small projects that you can create in your mind. While I was in college, I participated in two different engineering courses. The first one was a programming language that for me was MATLAB. The second one was computer-aided design program, which in my case was SolidWorks. In both of these courses, I learned a lot, and I actually enjoyed my time in the courses, in these classes, because both of them were project-based, and all the time we were trying to debug ourselves and find the correct way to solve the issue. It's kind of like a puzzle. But my favorite one is always the design one, SolidWorks. Toward the end of my SolidWorks course, where we were super close to the final exam, we were given to do some projects. In that project, we needed to choose an actual tool that is actually existing in our world, and we needed to design that from the scratch, design different parts of that, and then try to assemble all the parts together and make the final equipment, final tool. In that subject, for that project, I actually insisted on finding a subject that is related to my major. So after I searched on internet and find different things, I was interested in articulated finger extension. So I tried to design that finger extension from the scratch, even though I tried to measure my own finger and design something that fits to my own finger. So I designed different parts of that extension. Then I tried to add all of them together and make my final assembly. And after that, I needed to add some limits to that tool, because our finger has some limits. For example, your finger cannot bend more than this, or it cannot bend more than this. So I needed to add these limits to my project. And at the end, it was a very successful project for me. The other engineering opportunity are the clubs and organizations that are available on your campus, especially the ones that are related to your major. You can find out about these clubs and organizations on your campus webpage, or your teachers and professors at school, even some classmates and friends that actually joined these clubs prior to you. And usually these clubs and organizations have some social platforms such as Discord channels or Instagram page, Facebook, and etc. You really need to join at least one club during your college time, because joining a club and participating in their project will really help you in your transfer application. Because they always ask you about what kind of voluntary things have you done, what clubs and organizations have you been since you were in I think high school or college. And also they will give you some expertise in some hands-on projects. For example, if you joined a robotic club, you will eventually learn how to work with the electrical equipment and assemble the mechanical part, and maybe do some programming and etc. Unfortunately, at the time that I was studying in college, I wasn't able to join many clubs, and only for a short amount of time I was a member at University Rover Challenge Club. But even though that was a very, very short time, it really helped me throughout my application, because I was able to use the experiences that I gained during that time that I was a member there. I was able to use that experience in my application and talk about the goal of our project, what were our achievements, and especially what did I do at the time that I was a member there. The last engineering opportunities available through your campus are the internships and researches. You can always ask about research programs from your teachers and professor. Maybe they are doing some research and they need some students to help them throughout their research, and you can ask them to join that research and get some experience from it. Also, there may be some offices available on your campus. For example, some offices especially for STEM students or career center, and they can help you with the internship programs. Also, make sure that you have a LinkedIn, and Handshake for students are great resources to find internships and research. The last summer of my college, or I can say exactly before I transferred to UCI, I was able to get into an internship program at Cal State LA, and actually a program specialist for STEM students in my community college helped me to get that position. In that internship program, I learned about Python and machine learning, and I did a small project with those. but I was mainly working in BME lab or biomedical engineering laboratory. And in that lab, we mainly were experimenting on some EEG data that we received from human brain. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you can find some engineering opportunities to gain some hands-on experience while you are in college.